It's going to sound good. It's going to be fine. Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I have my three contestants and I've already fucked it up because I'm not reading it correctly. But that's all right, where I give my three contestants three different movies and they try to come up with the most random, obscure, or minor actors they can think of. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, the Eat More of Candy Bars, Alex Young. Yeah, exactly.
It was either that. Eat More.
Eat More is just like taffy with a bunch of nuts in it.
Gross. People like that?
I don't know. I think it's an English thing. I think like that and the Big Turk bar were kind of comparable.
Got it. That sounds deeply British.
Is somebody else talking in the background?
Yes.
Is anybody else hearing that?
I thought that was just part of it.
It is not.
No, and they're like
background.
They're like giggling. What the fuck is going on? Oh, sorry. It's okay, Jordan. It's totally cool. I was just wondering where it was coming from.
No, my wife is across the room playing Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate 3, which would be completely fair because that game is awesome.
Yeah, it's totally acceptable. I was just like, am I like someone else's Wi-Fi?
Are we going insane?
Yeah, like the baby monitor and I'm hearing a ghost child or something like that. No, it's totally cool. Alex, go ahead with what you got and then I'll introduce our two guests.
So Jeff, I was thinking about this week because I feel like I always talk about physical media on this show, but I feel like something that's kind of I feel like has fallen out of fashion, but was really popular from 2003 to 2006 were those DVD compilations. And I don't mean like Spielberg movies or the best of John Hughes, but the random, 8 family movies. And one would be good. And then it's 2 random sequels and Babe, Pig in the City.
Yeah, you're getting
other things.
Somehow there's 4 Milo and Otis movies that you didn't know existed.
Yeah, and you're and the 6th Beethoven. You're they did a 6th one? Why is this included? Who's in it? Nobody.
Babe, Pig in the City is the good one, right?
Yes.
Is
That's
it?
the first one.
Yeah. No, that's the second.
No. Wait, hang on, because you know what? I do.
No, I mean that's the good one in the set because both Babe movies are great.
Okay,
are they both great?
I couldn't get through the second one. There was just too much nonsense and monkeys that run a hotel and stuff like that. It was just a little too much.
Too Metro.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't like his cities. Don't even get him started on Homeward Bound 2.
It wasn't it wasn't the cities that were the problem. It was the monkeys running a hotel like this was some sort of ratatouille restaurant that,
I don't know. I feel like they could do it. I've stayed in some bad hotels, Jeff. I feel like monkeys ran it.
Go ahead,
So I initially was going to talk about how there's 15 different Tom Hanks collections. And some are really good. And some are also pretty good.
I mean, if you had to take Tom Hanks's first, his 4 worst movies and put them in a box set, it's still probably not a terrible box set.
Totally. I mean, the earlier comedy ones are Money Pit, The Burbs, and Dragnet. And you're all right, if you got that for $5 or $10, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Or there's one that's all of the Robert Langdon movies, all 3 Da Vinci Codes, however you feel about those, whatever. Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Captain Phillips, and A League of Their Own.
It's kind of a sad one.
It's a solid set. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Da Vinci Code ones are probably the worst. And even the first one, it's entertaining.
And you can watch all 3 of those with your mom. If your in-laws come over, you're throwing one of those on, you've killed 2 hours. Great work.
The second one is very relevant to events going on right now because it's set around kind of a conclave and trying to choose new pope. I think the second one is probably the best of the 3. I'm not a big fan of either of the other 2.
I don't know if I saw it. I think I only saw the first one.
It's got,
and I'm kind of surprised there was a third one.
Yeah. Is the second one Angels and Demons?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a better book. I hadn't seen the movie, but the book is better than the Da Vinci Code.
You've got Ewan McGregor as this rogue cardinal. It's just, it just works for some reason better than the other 2, I thought.
If you have McGregor as rogue anything, I'm going to see that movie.
Yeah. Rogue traitor.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. But I came across this one that I want everybody to be aware of. And I printed it even in color. I did real research for this one called Movies of Excellence.
All right.
6 movies of excellence.
All right. And it's got Morgan Freeman
up
front and center.
Morgan Freeman.
Now, what Morgan Freeman movie is being included in this house?
Glad you asked, Jeffrey. So the first one is Attica from 1980, of which he is 4th billed. It was a TV movie, but it won an Emmy and it was nominated for Best TV Movie. Fair enough. Okay, that's fine. The next one is called The Execution of Raymond Graham from 1985. He is fourth billed again. I think Jeff Fahey is the star.
Okay.
It's another TV movie. Now let me tell you about the next four, Jeff. It's called Go Tell It on the Mountain, also from 1985, starring Paul Winfield.
Okay.
Not Morgan Freeman. Giancarlo Esposito is in it. Ving Rhames and Ruby Dee are also in it. Morgan Freeman is not in it at all. He did not produce it. He did not direct it. He is not in this movie. The next one, Endgame from 2009, is starring Chiwetel Ejiofor, William Hurt, Johnny Lee Miller, and Mark Strong. Once again, not featuring Morgan Freeman in any role or behind the camera. Ripple effect. You can see where this is going. It's starring Forrest Whitaker, Virginia Madsen, and Minnie Driver. 0% Morgan Freeman. And finally, Taking Back Our Town from 2001, starring Ruby Dee. So she is in as many of these movies as Morgan Freeman. It is as much her box set as it is his.
And he doesn't star in any of these movies.
Nope.
Maybe
just those first two.
It's actually just movies with a black actor in them.
Yeah, I think someone got confused.
It's almost racist. It's like borderline racist.
Yeah. I feel like maybe it's
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Nobody will be able to tell the difference. Like,
this is a collection of movies.
They'll just think it was Morgan Freeman in the 70s.
This is a collection of movies that this guy that made this collection thinks that Morgan Freeman should be in.
You know what?
It's a dream.
I would accept that more. You're like, he'd be great in this. Be like, probably. He's good in everything.
But he also was a guy that recently, like in the last 15 years or so, has done a lot of movies that you don't know exist. So they literally could have made a box set of Morgan Freeman movies that nobody has seen. And you'd be like, hey, for $10, I will buy these 8 movies and I will never watch it. Because we all know we buy these box sets. Like you'd see them in Walmart or something like that. And you're like, $5 for 5 movies. Like I'd be stupid not to buy them. And then you go home 10 years later and the plastic's still on them.
I mean, I do have a Nick Cage one, but it's all hits. It is Face Off, Snake Eyes, and Next.
I've got a Baldwin one that I bought exclusively to get what's the movie? And he's not even the star.
Which Baldwin?
Steven.
Alec Baldwin.
Okay, Steven, yeah. It's a Billy Baldwin box set.
No, it's like Miami Blues, something else, and crap. It's really tough to get a hold of.
Was that the one that you were going for? The one you can't remember is the one you
It's the one I can't remember, and it's got Nicole Kidman and Bill Paxton. No, Bill Pullman.
Malice.
Bill Pullman. Malice, yes, which is really tough to find individually on DVD. So when I saw it in this like box set, I'm like, I'm buying it. And Alec Baldwin's not even the star, but that's the one where he gives his little speech where he's like, you think I'm a god kind of thing. I am, blah, blah, blah. So it's prime Baldwin, like right after Glengarry Glen Ross, which is timely because the director of Glengarry Glen Ross just passed away today. So
my parents had a David Caruso box set.
Okay.
Because they were like super into CSI Miami. I have fully dated this story perfectly now. But they got it, and my dad's like, "Oh yeah, Jade's in here," and he was like, really excited about it. But the best thing in it was Kiss the Dragon, co-starring Nicolas Cage.
I mean, that's not a bad one. That's it. Did it also have the Bill Murray movie with Caruso in it?
I have no additional information on this box set.
What was that? It was like it's like Bill Murray's like a mafia heavy, and he gives Uma Thurman to I think De Niro for like saving his life.
This sounds made up.
No, it's Mad Dog and Glory.
That's the one.
Wow.
Thank you. And I think Caruso's in it as a cop. And they're all going to fight. Like Bill Murray's like a tough guy. And I was like, Bill Murray would get smoked by every other person on this cast. But Uma Thurman, yeah, it's all right. Well, you've heard their voices. Why don't we introduce them, Alex?
Great. Go for it.
Great. Go for it. All right. I got to switch over screens here. So
have my blessing.
One of my guests today is the brilliant mind behind one of the most entertaining and original movie trivia podcasts out there, not counting the one he's appearing on today. He's the host and creator of FilmWar, the cinematic game show where film fans go head-to-head in battles of movie knowledge, strategy, and sometimes deep cuts of their own. With a sharp sense of humor and a clear love of film, he's built a show that is fun to play as it is to listen to. Please welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the one and only Shea Kelly.
Hi.
Shea, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to finally get a chance to play a game on a podcast.
Yes, now you're the host of FilmWar, but you've brought along with you, from what I understand, one of the top players of FilmWar. Jordan. Sorry, Jordan. I don't know if I've got your last name anywhere.
It's Jordan Baker.
Jordan Baker. So Jordan, you're supposedly the guy to beat on FilmWar, of which Alex and I will be doing a recording on Saturday and going head to head with you. And now I'm a little worried.
I find that the best way to have the top record on FilmWar is to show up more than anybody else does.
Yep. True.
So
I mean,
it helps a lot.
Yeah, Alex does have the most wins in Deep Cuts the Game. He also has the most losses. So I mean, it goes both ways. Yep.
Yeah. I don't think we've added up my losses. They might be pretty neck and neck with my wins over time. So
you actually
an interesting experiment.
You don't even have the most wins this season. I think someone else has you beat there. You just have the most points. We're going by points this season. So yeah. It's all multiple choice, guys. So I wouldn't be too worried about it.
All right. So
I may or may not have taken to trying to throw the occasional game. Spread the tapes around a little bit.
I also say that I like to throw games, but really I'm just super bad at it sometimes.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing FilmWar, Shea?
We started in June of 2022, and it really came about just because I have an abundance of film knowledge and I had no outlet for it. So I just started. I would quiz my friends about things in conversations. I was like, you know what? Let's record this sucker.
Yeah, I mean, that feels a lot like without the abundance of film knowledge that I bring to the table. It was just, I have a lot of stuff to say and no one to say to it. So I just thought I would get my friends together and have them listen to me talk for an hour. Now, Jordan, so what do you do? Like, other than being really good at this game, and are you good at this game for a reason? Like, what's your background?
I've always loved movies, I guess. I got married in a movie theater.
Amazing.
But I kind of fell into working with Shea, which is how I ended up on FilmWar. Through sort of the, I don't know, winds of fate, I ended up with a job at the local TV station, and Shea worked there, and we kind of hit it off right away. And I just keep saying yes to things he asks me to do, which
it's a numbers game.
Yeah. I find that you say yes to things, and you'll find yourself in unexpected places, and just kind of roll it like on Deep Cuts, for example.
Well, we're happy to have you here. So Shea, Alex and I are going to be doing a show with you, and I understand you got a milestone episode coming up. I know it's your 3-year anniversary. What else is coming up?
We just this past Friday we released our Wes Anderson episode, which is one that I've been trying to do since the very beginning. So I was really excited about that one. That's a good episode. Jordan's on it. You guys should check out that one. And then at the end of the month, we've got our 50th episode. It's been a long time. It almost took 3 years to get there, but finally got there. So yeah, please join us over on FilmWar. After you listen to Deep Cuts, of course.
Oh, good save.
All right, that's definitely going in a promo for sure. Damn, Wes Anderson, Alex. I'd like to think I would have crushed that one, but then again, as much as you think you know about something, there's always someone who knows more.
Right? Hopefully, it's not Jordan. But I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you could have done well on our Wes Anderson episode, because I went into it being like, yeah, I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. And then it was like, fuck, I haven't seen his last 4 movies.
Yeah, to be fair, I think he kind of peaked with Royal Tenenbaums. That's kind of like everything, it went up. And then I'm like, okay, Life Aquatic's good. And I like Fantastic Mr. Fox. But after that, it kind of I'm not a big fan of the French Dispatch.
Yeah. Agreed.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I think Darjeeling
it's also the
Limited
last
is
one
the
I
best
saw.
one.
Wow. See, I think that's what's so great about his career is that I had the same feeling as you, Jeff. It really, the Royal Tenenbaums' Life Aquatic is really the peak for me. I love those 2 films. Oh, Rushmore too.
Yeah.
But that grouping of films are so impactful to my life. But then you hear someone say Darjeeling Limited. I think Darjeeling Limited's a fine movie, but to say it's the best of his career, I love that dichotomy of his filmmaking career.
I'm going to go Grand Budapest.
That is also
valid.
Great, though. That is great.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, and I didn't mind the most recent one. Was that Asteroid City? I've only seen it once.
Did not care for that movie.
But I did like it. It kind of came back for me. Yeah.
That was the closest I've come to walking out of a theater in the last couple of years.
Really?
Because I went in and it ticks all my boxes. Like I like Wes Anderson, great cast, kind of like that retro sci-fi. I went in fully telling myself, I'm like, this might be one of my favorite movies of the year. It's probably going to be one of my favorite Wes Andersons in a long time. I got halfway through and I went to the washroom and I'm like, could beat traffic if I left right now. And I'm like, well, I might as well see it through. But there's nothing wrong with that movie. That is a good movie. It just didn't grab me.
It's silly. It's sillier than a lot of his other films. I'd say it's as silly as Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah. His new one looks really good, and I've heard good reviews about it.
Yeah.
The Phoenician Scheme comes out at the end of the month.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll still be there opening night, like for sure. I will go see it theatrically. I'm going to keep giving him every opportunity to either win me back or fully lose me, and I feel that way about a lot of directors.
You know what?
And that's
Moonrise, I forgot about Moonrise Kingdom. That one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we all seem to like Wes Anderson, but for different movies. So that's great. That's what's great.
I have a quick question for Jordan about his background, which is, one, do you have an Emmy? That's amazing. And is it beside a VHS copy of Wild Wild West?
Yeah. So this is a regional Emmy that Shea and I both won. It was really his project, to be honest. Just to give him his props. I got lucky to walk in the door right as they were shooting it, basically. But this is a VHS tape of Wild Wild West. This is a FilmWar trophy, actually. When you win a FilmWar game, you win a VHS tape.
That is hilarious.
So I've got Wild Wild West and The Wall and JFK right here.
I see. This is a wall of awards and accolades.
Yeah,
my mistake. It's not just movies.
There's some Batmans too.
It's all prizes. Prizes.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that he has prizes for his, whereas our winner just gets the burden of suggesting a future guest.
Yeah. Come on, Jeff, step up your game.
Yeah.
Start mailing out tapes.
You remember when I was going to
be a movie house?
When I was going to get a tattoo, if the person recommended someone and they actually came on the show, and then the person actually came on the show, and I was like, I'm not getting a tattoo.
Sorry, Nick Flicks.
Yeah, because it was like, listen, if you get me a big celebrity and they come on the show, I will get like a Nathan Fillion tattoo on my back or something like that. But it was like a friend suggested another podcast. I'm like, I don't think that counts.
Right.
Because we all know us podcasters are just whores to do other shows if we can get the opportunity, right? So I'm like, I don't think that counts.
Yeah, here we are, right?
Yeah.
Well, just to tie it back around, you guys are going to play with us on Saturday. I have a tape of Babe Pig in the City, so expect that to be the prize on Saturday.
Hilarious.
Fantastic.
Well, we've got a really good game of deep cuts, and when I say really good, I think this might be the toughest one ever, Alex.
Great.
I mean, it's based on the movies they like kind of thing. So, but first thing we do is I've thought of a movie, and I need the three of you to try to figure out what movie I'm thinking of. The person who is the closest can decide if they'd like to go first, second, or third. Alex, I'm going to let you go first. What movie am I thinking of?
Well, this was in one of the Hanks collections that I was looking at earlier. Are you thinking of The Terminal?
The Terminal. I am not thinking of The Terminal, Alex. Good guess. Shea, put you on the spot. What movie am I thinking of?
Canadian Bacon.
I think one week I did think of Canadian Bacon. Didn't I, Alex? When we were talking, we were doing something about tariffs or something like that. It is not Canadian Bacon. Jordan, what movie am I thinking of?
RoboCop.
Wow. I'm not, and I hope this makes sense to you because I feel like this is something that relates to your show. The movie I was thinking of was Goonies.
Dislike.
Because I don't. You guys have something where it's like,
you got to get it out of the way now before you're on Saturday.
Yeah. So what's the deal with that? Like, I know you've got a thing with Goonies where like Goonies never say die. Like that's you're not allowed to say that on your show.
We have a Goonies rule on FilmWar. I don't even like saying it right there. I didn't feel good about saying it. So it's because one of the very early episodes, we had a contestant kind of throw a game and toss out Goonies as the answer, as the correct answer before he was supposed to. And then the next episode, both of our contestants said Goonies for every answer. So at the end of that episode, I said, anyone that says Goonies in the future loses all their points.
All right, fair enough. I'm glad. And obviously, you don't have any questions that the answer is Goonies.
Well, there has been times.
Yeah, do that once.
All right. So that's
a trick.
Yeah. That's good to know. What happens if you say it on the show? Are you just disqualified?
It used to be you lose your episode points, any point that you had gotten through the episode. But now that we've gone to a season leaderboard, now you lose all of your season points if you say it.
Wow.
So it's not worth it.
No, it's
not worth it. Even All right. Keep that in mind, Alex. Yeah. I know Alex loves Goonies, don't you, Alex?
Yeah, it's my favorite of the 80s. I do not like them.
Good. I'm glad to have you on the show on Saturday then, Alex.
Great.
If you are going to say it, say it right at the very beginning so you don't lose 8 points.
Okay. I'm going to say, Shea, you're the closest, as yours is the most comedic of the three movies. So would you like to go first, second, or third?
I'll definitely be going first.
All right.
Confident.
That might be a good call with these three movies. You never know. I'm going to say, just based on when the movie came out, Jordan, I'm going to go with you, with RoboCop. Would you like to go second or third?
Let's go second.
All right, Alex. You get your third spot. Great.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So tonight's three movies. We had to go way back in time. I asked these two what some of their favorite movies are. Some of them we had obviously already used, Alex, so we couldn't go back to them. Like someone sent me a bunch. I was like, oh, we've already done Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Magnolia and some other stuff. I was like, oh, those are all great deep cut movies, but we've already used them. So from 1982, Blade Runner.
Oh boy.
Going even further back, Alex. From 1979, Apocalypse Now. And just to give us something a little more recent, from 2003, nobody had this on their list, but there are some connections. Kill Bill, Volume 1. I don't know how many people from Kill Bill Volume 1 show up in Kill Bill Volume 2. I think a majority of them have appearances, so I wouldn't be too concerned about getting those movies confused in your head, because it's most of the same people.
With the exception of Bill. He is not in Volume 1.
His voice is. Does that count?
It would count.
If he's credited, yes.
It's credited, yes. All right, so while you're thinking about those movies and the people in them, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Celebrate your love of cinema with MoviePosters.com. Whether it's cult classics, obscure gems, or your all-time favorites, they've got the perfect poster for every fan.
Your kids want a Tom Holland Spider-Man poster?
They got it.
Your mom wants a Kevin Costner poster?
They got it.
Dad wants all the Scorsese classics?
Jeff, they got it.
And don't forget something for yourself.
All of the above.
Go to movieposters.com and use promo code DeepCuts15 and get 15% off your next order. So going first might be a good spot, Shea.
I already know
Yeah.
exactly who I'm going to choose. And
Yeah.
it's someone that's in two of these movies. And he's the number one star of one of them, but he's really far down the list of the other ones. So I'm going to say Harrison Ford.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, it's a good, like, get those big points out of the way. So yes, Harrison Ford, the star of Blade Runner, only worth 1 point there, but he's got a much, much smaller role. Though I will admit, going back to this movie, it wasn't one of those like cameos where you don't see him. Like, he's got dialogue, he's there, he's very recognizable. So he's worth 10 points for Apocalypse Now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's worth 11 points overall. So it's not a bad cut. It's pretty good. Because in my mind I was thinking like he had a much smaller, like small part in that film. But well done, Jordan. You're on the clock.
Well, this is a guy that I'm sure you guys have mentioned a few times on this show, but hopefully I'm remembering his name correctly. I believe that James Hong is in Blade Runner.
He is, and I was almost trying to work it into. I was almost going to do Chinatown because he's also in Chinatown, but I was like,
he makes the eyes.
Yes, that's right. He's making the eyes. Yes.
Only you could see what I've seen with your eyes.
So James Hong, worth as much as Harrison Ford is he in Apocalypse Now. So he's worth 10 points for James Hong. I was going to do Chinatown, but I just did not have the energy to watch that movie again because I had already had to watch Apocalypse Now and Blade Runner this week, and I was like, I love Chinatown, but I just cannot go back to it.
Blade Runner is practically a remake of Chinatown. They're practically the same movie.
They kind of, yeah.
Blade Runner's science fiction. They're really similar.
Yeah, very good call. Yeah. Now that you mention that, I totally, and I put it to like, I was like, if I've just watched Apocalypse Now and Blade Runner, can you recommend a third movie? And it was like Children of Men or Chinatown. Must have been thinking the same thing. And I was like, I am not in the mood to watch either one of those movies.
But both of those are super uplifting.
All right, Alex, what is your first and your second deep cuts?
Both of mine are coming from Kill Bill because I feel like I've seen those the most recently.
Fair enough.
And they might even they might even be in the same scene. So the female Asian assassin in Kill Bill with the like ball and chain, like the mace, is in
Go-Go. Her name's Go-Go.
She's in Battle Royale.
That's right. And I'm not going to even try to pronounce her name.
Me neither.
It's like Chiaki Kiriyama. And yeah, I have her down for Battle Royale. So she's worth 12 points, Alex.
Great. I will take that.
I'm just going to write down Go-Go because
perfect.
She's got a long name. So 12 points. What's your second deep cut?
I would love to know the name of the individual members and just farm it for points, but I don't. But the band that plays is the 5, 6, 7, 8s.
Oh, wow. Well done. Yes, they are the band that plays during that bloody fight scene.
Yeah. And then that song was used in like phone commercials and everything for like 10 years.
Yeah, I think I actually have a couple of their songs like on my Spotify because they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So an additional 12 points just for yes, and I was not expecting anyone to know any of the band members.
Like, oh yeah, the lead singer of the 5, 6, 7, 8s is so and so. Like, I don't have that information.
No, well done. 12 points. So Jordan, you see how it's done. We're back to you. What's your second deep cut?
This is not, I don't feel like this is super deep, but I'm just going to knock it out early. I'm going to take Larry Fishburne.
Yeah, Larry Fishburne, credited as
Larry. Yeah, well done.
Yeah. He's on the boat for the most part with our lead going up the river. So Larry Fishburne for 9 points. Not super deep, but that's pretty good.
And was he not like 17 when they made that movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like crazy young, and I think he lied about his age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what he did right after that. Like, I wonder, like, because what was that movie? It was like 1979, 77 or something, right? 79. So, like, and he's not a guy that, like, I remember seeing a lot of.
He was on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, right. Right.
He's the cowboy, right?
Yeah, Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah. It's funny to think that at that point, he's what? Maybe like 25, 26?
Yeah.
So he's still not old. But yeah, Larry Fishburne, well done. Shea, you get 2 picks in a row here. You're second and you're third.
You know, Apocalypse Now scares me just because I don't know the order of how people would be listed, you know, in terms of how much they're actually in the movie. I guess with my first one, I don't know the gentleman's name, and I'm very upset that I don't, but he plays E.B. Farnham in Deadwood. He's in Blade Runner. He's the toy maker, I believe. I'm not a big fan of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
He's in True Blood also. Well done. Yeah.
Crap. Okay, so I don't have any of those down, but I feel like I know who you're talking about.
He's the guy that's
quick.
He's dealing with the androids a lot. They kill him.
Yeah, he like, built them.
I can't think of his name in the movie. He's a character from the book, though, too.
We're talking about Blade Runner, right?
Yes,
okay, so for a second I thought we were talking about Apocalypse.
No, I'm sorry. He plays Farnham on Deadwood.
Okay, no, I got you. Yeah,
Chris is hanging out with him.
Yeah, his name is Sebastian.
That's right.
In Blade Runner, and I know him mostly from the Newhart show.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he's there's I don't know the 80s 90s Newhart show. There's 3 brothers. 2 of them are mute. He is I'm Daryl. This is my brother, or I'm whatever, and this is my brother Daryl, and my other brother Daryl.
No way.
That's him.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So his name is William Sanderson. So yeah, he dies. You feel real bad that he gets killed because he seems like a decent guy. So 10 points for William Sanderson. So you get a third deep cut here, Shea. Got ourselves a really close game after 2 rounds.
Anytime there's a lull, Jeff, can you just play that crazy 88s? Sorry, the 5, 6, 7, 8s.
I will tell you this, because Apocalypse Now is so old and most people are only in it for a handful of minutes. If you can remember anyone from that movie, you're looking at unless it's a bunch of points, unless it's like the stars of that film. But pretty much anyone, like, and Harrison Ford was worth 10 points because he's Harrison Ford.
Sure.
Whereas a lot of these people are like, let's just say they're not Harrison Ford, and most people don't know who they are. So if you can think of anyone from that film, it's not a bad take.
You've really got me reflecting on how little I know the deep cuts in my own favorite films.
Absolutely. I've seen Apocalypse Now countless times. I can't tell you how upset I am that I can't remember more people from it.
I put 2001: A Space Odyssey on my list, and I'm sitting here thinking, can I name a single actor that's in that fucking movie?
Right. That one's hard too. Not a lot of actors in that one though. I'm gonna go. It's between two. It's between someone from Blade Runner or someone from Apocalypse Now, and I think I'm gonna go with the person from Blade Runner. I'm gonna go Edward James Olmos.
Oh shit,
that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing to take off those ones because Alex doesn't know many people at this
Shut
point.
up, Jeff. Don't say things that are true.
So I can't remember what his name is in the movie, but he's really good at folding origami.
French.
He makes the little.
He's got a French name,
unicorn.
I think.
I don't think he's barely got any lines in the film either. Like he does not talk about.
He's got a line at the end. It's too bad she won't live. But then again, who does?
Well done. 8 points for Edward James.
I'll take it.
Olmos.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a solid cut. Jordan, what's your third one?
I'm blanking on this gentleman's name, but the actor who plays Tyrell in Blade Runner is the bartender in The Shining.
Yes, his name is Joe Turkey.
Wow,
good pull.
So what a great name.
Yeah, not a name that either you would think you would remember that name, or just what a weird name for an actor that's in like two of the, we'll say the best movies from like the 80s or whatever. But yeah, Joe Turkey. I have him literally written down as The Shining bartender. So he is 12 points. So well done.
Very good.
Alex, what's your third deep cut? And then I'll give everyone a point breakdown at the halfway point.
Well, since when we started, Shea mentioned that he does have hopefully a voice cameo in the first one. I'm going to take David Carradine.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's also listed second in the movie.
He's Bill. In case you weren't aware, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Good. I wasn't sure who you were talking about. Yes, but David Carradine for 4 points, Alex.
It's barely been in it.
I know, but he's Bill. He's the titular character, and he's literally second billed in the film. So sorry.
He's second billed. You're welcome for your next soundbite.
So with 4 points, that gives Alex 28 points at the halfway mark. Jordan, you have 31. Shea, 29. Wow, super close. We're within 2 points or 3 points between first and third. Everyone's doing great. Congratulations, everyone. Why don't we just end it there? Everyone can feel good about themselves. Alex.
Well, and I'm. I think it's about to shift for me too, because I'm definitely running out of knowledge at this point on who is actually a deep cut in these movies.
What do you got left, Alex?
Well, this one is one of those things where it's like, I had heard that these people are in it, but I don't know if they're credited on IMDb, so I'm going to take the swing. But is Emilio Estevez in Apocalypse Now?
Jesus.
I am under the impression that he and Charlie Sheen have like teeny tiny roles. The problem is they might be extras and they might not be credited.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're not. Like, I went through the IMDb credit, Alex, and I did not see. There's only 63 people credited in this film.
It's the 62nd Emilio Estevez. For 20 points.
It is not. And there is no uncredited Estevez or anything like that. So you took your big swing.
Well, fair enough.
At least now you know. Right?
At the end of the game, I'm going to Google it. Not that it'll affect the points, but I am curious if I'm right, regardless.
Gonna have to reconvene.
That's fair. Yep. It's happened.
We'll have a conclave about
it. Jordan, what is your fourth deep cut?
If I can only remember something that is a show that they did a voice in.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
It works.
Okay. This guy is in a ton of shit, actually. I might remember his name, actually. He is Deckard's police chief. I need my old Blade Runner. Emmett Walsh or something like that.
Yeah, you're bang on. You're Emmett Walsh, heavyset actor. Most recently, I cannot remember exactly which character he was, but I'm assuming he is John Goodman's dad in The Righteous Gemstones because he is credited as Roy Gemstone. So I have a feeling, and he passed away a couple years ago. So I think he played their dad in flashbacks, or he may have played him
season, maybe
in the first season, and he's a drunk or something like that. So Emmett Walsh for 10 points.
Well done.
So yeah, putting some space between you and Alex for sure. Shea, what about you? Can you keep it close?
No. Man, that's hard. I'm gonna just go ahead and say Robert Duvall from Apocalypse Now.
Yep, the guy really wants to see that kid surf. Doesn't get the opportunity because all the napalm's blowing out, and it's fucking up the crest of the waves there. So Robert Duvall for 6 points. Big star. He's not in it a bunch, but he's got some notable lines there. What's his? He loves the smell of napalm in the morning. Yeah, so that's a good one. 6 points for Robert Duvall. You got your 5th cut here, Shea. There's 6 rounds total. You're almost done. I know it's tough. I knew this was going to be a tough one.
It is. It really is. And I'm going to kick myself so much when this episode's over. I've got Apocalypse Now sitting right there, and I'm going to look at it as soon as we get to it. I'm going to just say Dennis Hopper and take him off the board.
Yeah, he does not show up for a long time in that movie.
But a big role in the film, so I don't know how you would score him.
He's worth 7 points, almost the same as Robert Duvall. So
that's fair.
Dennis Hopper for 7. Well done. Jordan, back to you. You've got the lead. Can you hold on?
This is not a deep cut, but I think she's in 2 of them. Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if anyone was going to go for that.
Very, very good.
Yeah, obviously in Blade Runner, we talked about her spending time with Sebastian. We even knew her by name. And yeah, she's in Kill Bill.
I was holding off naming her for Blade Runner because she's not that deep for cut. And just 30 seconds ago, I was like, wait, fuck, she's in Kill Bill.
She's in Kill Bill. So she is 5 points for Blade Runner and 5 points for Kill Bill. So a total of 10 points.
Great.
You're doing well. Anything, like we've said, Alex, anything kind of in the double-digit range per round, you're doing good.
Excellent. Yeah.
And even honestly, if you're getting 6 every round, it's acceptable. Like kind of 36 is kind of the break-even score. Anything over 50, 60, you've done really well. So, and that's the thing. Every game's different. Like anyone can score big numbers when you throw up like the Big Lebowski or something like that, because you can think of like a dozen people in that.
Sure.
But if you can put up 50 or 60 points with like Apocalypse Now, then that's some deep cutting. Alex, you got your final 2 deep cuts. Here's number 5.
So I've got one for Kill Bill, but he might only be in volume 2, but I'm gonna try because it's either that or The Lead. So I'm gonna go with Michael Madsen.
He is in, Alex. Just like Daryl Hannah, he is also worth 5 points.
Perfectly fine. Better than 0.
It is.
Shoots it full of rock salts, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I what's his line? Something about like
wakey, eggs and bakey.
No, but then he's got something like she deserved to kill us. Like she deserves it, or like she's coming to kill us, and we deserve it.
That was in the trailers. It's in the thing they showed at the end of Volume 1. That was like a teaser for Volume 2.
Oh,
that line is in that. Yeah.
Alex, your final deep cut.
I mean, I'm just gonna assume he's in it, but Quentin Tarantino.
He's not.
What?
He's not in that one.
He's not. I double checked. I finished doing the list and I was like, wait, where's Quentin Tarantino?
And you know what the funny part is? As I said it, I just remembered somebody else. And I'm like, oh no, I should do that instead. But obviously it's too late.
Yeah, don't say it now.
Fight it.
So yeah, no Quentin Tarantino. It might be the only set of films that like he's not that he directed. Right? I have to go back and double check. But yeah, sorry, man. Good try.
Okay.
Like, we always know directors are worth a decent amount of points, but yeah.
But they got to be in it for the point.
They got to be in it, yeah. Jordan, what's your final deep cut?
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not that deep. I guess I'm just going to say Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu.
Kill Bill. I mean, I'm kind of running out of steam here.
She's worth a little less than Hannah and Madsen, as she's got the big fight scene. She's a little more integral to that part of it. But Lucy Liu for 4 points. All right, Shea. I don't know if the door is open for you. Like there are people on the board that if you said them, you.
How much is the gap between me and Jordan?
13 points.
All right, I'm going to take a wild swing just as Alex did. And I'm going to say Francis Ford Coppola.
He is in it. And Alex, the rule for directors, unless they have like a Quentin Tarantino where they're giving a monologue or something like in Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs, they could be worth less points. But if they're just kind of in the film, they're worth 12. So he's worth.
Man.
So yeah, because I believe there's a scene where they've just landed on the beach and they're running.
He's
and
got
he's
the
like,
camera.
he's
a cameraman.
And he's like, no, he's like, pretend you're not looking at the camera. Like, just keep going. And I was like, oh, that's Francis Ford Coppola. So yeah, that's 12 points. I'll tell you where your total is, but I think you know how close you were to winning the game there.
But wait, Jeff, let me ask about the one
that
I gave. Is Vivica A. Fox in Kill Bill?
Yeah, they're all in it.
Mm-hmm.
She would not have been worth a lot more points, though.
Like, she would have been worth more than my 0 for Tarantino.
Yeah, you fucked up.
How much would
she would have gotten?
Sean Young have gotten for Blade Runner?
She's 3. Rutger Hauer was 2. She would have been 3. I will say, if you had remembered any, because all the Coppolas are in this film, like all his like niece, like kid, like there's like 9 Coppolas in this movie.
Is Nick Cage in this movie?
No. But I think he's got his own. All his kids are in this movie. I didn't even bother writing them all down. I just put any other Coppola would have been worth 15 points.
I almost said Sophia. No.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Sophia's in it. Let me double check how many Coppolas.
A lot.
You got
vineyard's worth.
Mark Coppola, Roman Coppola, and Giancarlo Coppola.
Okay, so Sophia would have been wrong, but Roman, like that one was another one I was thinking. I was like, he might be in it.
Yeah.
So that probably would have gotten you 15 points.
Bummer.
So let's see who we missed here. So from Blade Runner, we mentioned Rutger Hauer and Sean Young. Byron James. He is the first replicant in the opening scene that shoots the guy through the desk. You would know him from The Fifth Element. He is the guy that comes to Bruce Willis's apartment and is like, "We need you to go in." He's got like the dyed blonde hair, gets frozen. Tony Cox is one, like on the street, someone's trying to steal his car or something like that, and there's these like little street urchins. Tony Cox is one of them. But the best one is an actress named Joanna Cassidy. She's the replicant that gets shot running through the glass. You would know her from 6 Feet Under as Rachel Griffith's mom.
She came back and refilmed some of the scene where she runs through the glass when she was like in her 60s when they did the final cut.
Really?
Yeah. They reshot some of that like brand new with her.
Yeah, she's still working. She's in a lot of stuff. And now that I think of like 6 Feet Under, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, that is totally her. I just didn't know it. She would have been 14 points because I didn't think anyone would know her name or know who she was.
I remembered the character, but I couldn't think of the actor.
Couldn't have who she was, yeah. Apocalypse Now, Martin Sheen, Marlon Brando, Sam Bottoms. I know the name more than I know who he is. Like I said, there's a lot of people like this. Scott Glenn would have gotten you some points.
Oh, shit.
I forgot. I always confuse him with Lance Henriksen. I was almost going to say Lance Henriksen.
Yeah. Harvey Keitel is uncredited in this film, as is Arlie Emery. And then I might put her on my list of like Deep Cuts Hall of Fames. Actress Colleen Camp. She's like in this film, she's like a Playboy playmate. Like they're having like a big concert kind of thing. But she's in Zodiac, is like the woman who helps crack the code. And she was in Election as Reese Witherspoon's mom. But I think she's in like American Graffiti and stuff like that. But also, I don't know if you guys know Night Court, the original Night Court. But Mac, the bailiff, is also in Apocalypse Now. And then finally from Kill Bill, anyone good here? The girl whose name seems a lot like Julia Dreyfus, but her name is just Julie Dreyfus. She is Lucy Liu's like assistant.
French lady, yes. And man, is it Sonny Chiba? Is that who I'm thinking of here?
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah.
I feel like
the guy who gives her this, like she buys the sword from, is in it. And then there's the guy who trains her. And he's in a bunch of
with like the big long Fu Manchu beard.
And then you also get Michael Parks and James Parks.
Man,
I kept trying to think of his name.
Michael Parks was only in the second one. I had him on my list. Damn it.
Yeah,
no,
they're both in it. Yeah, they're both in it. Michael Bowen. When you see him, you would know him, and I cannot remember who. Oh, he might be the guy who gives the keys to the other guy, or when she's on the bed and she's paralyzed, and there's a nurse. Yeah, and I think that's Michael Bowen. You would know him from Magnolia as the little kid's dad. He's the shitty dad. And then lastly, the guy who tries to rape her while she's in a coma is an actor named Jonathan Logren. He's one of Sandler's buddies. He's got like the wonky eye and like the water boy, and he's in Big Daddy is like one of the guys like, what is it weird that these two guys are gay now? Like he's always got that like deep raspy voice. You would know. I think he was in Undeclared for an episode where Sandler comes on tour and he hooks up with the blonde girl, Monica Keenan, and just hangs around the dorm for like 3 weeks because Adam Sandler's mean to him.
I forgot that was him. You know, like that's
it's such a weird turn that to go from like Big Daddy to Kill Bill as a rapist, who I think I can't remember what his vanity license plate is. Something with the P word, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's pussy wagon, painted right? On the side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right. Well done. Jordan, you won with 55 points. Shea, you came up so close with 54. And Alex, you didn't even hit our kind of like break even point that I thought you were so going to clearly pass with 33.
Well,
but anyway, hey, you're here to inflate everyone else's spirits, make them feel good about themselves.
It's the first I've heard of that.
Jordan, so like we talked about, there is no prize other than, can you think of anyone that you might like to see come on an episode of Deep Cuts? It could be someone that's played FilmWar, or maybe just, shoot for the moon and suggest a celebrity that you think would be really fun. We've had everyone suggest things from like Bill Hader to Simon Pegg to Edgar Wright, and guess what? None of them have come on the show.
Sure.
Yet.
Yes.
Very optimistic. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you. I think you guys should try to get 50 Cent. Maybe you'll have better luck than we did.
Did you guys actively try to get 50 Cent?
Well, we've got our 50th episode coming up.
That makes sense.
We did. Several of us did send him Instagram messages, but I don't believe any of us got a reply. So,
it's always the best when you send it. You write up this long, nice message like, "Hey, big fan, would love."
Polite. Yeah.
And then you get that immediate response. It's like, "This account does not take unknown messages," and you're like, "Man, I wasted like 30 minutes on this message." Because you only get one shot at it, right? On Instagram, you get like one message you can send.
I don't think I got a message like that back.
There's some celebrities where they're just like, most of the time it's nothing. Occasionally, I've gotten people like, thanks, but I'm kind of busy right now. Like, I think I got that from like W. Earl Brown from
Deadwood. Yeah.
So I was like, dude, that's better than 99% of the people. Yeah. So like, that to me is a yes.
I mean,
it was not right
it's
now.
A response,
which means, I will hit you back up in 6 months, W. Earl Brown.
For sure.
All right. Well, I don't have a 50th episode that I can pitch to 50 Cent, and I'm sure he'll love hearing from me.
He did respond to me, and he said, "Fuck your dumb trivia show. I love Goonies."
But that means he must have watched an episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He'll
fan.
watch. He's a lurker. He won't come on.
He's been a subscriber since day one.
Well done. So we know you got your 50th episode coming up. You just had a Wes Anderson special episode. You've got us coming up, and I think that's going to air sometime over the summer. Yep. So that'll be fun. Anything else in the tank or in the pipe? What's coming up?
We're going to try to do Tag War over the summer. So I'm going to try to bring on a bunch of different teams from different podcasts to compete against some of our contestants. Not going so well. I had a lot of people up front that wanted to do it, and now they've kind of fallen away. But listen to Deep Cuts podcast, every single one of them.
All right. And once we're on not once we're on yours, but when we're on yours, we'll be sure to let people know, and hopefully they'll listen to a couple episodes and get into it. Jordan, what about you?
Oh,
just running up your points on FilmWar and winning here on Deep Cuts now. Like you're like a multi-sport movie trivia champion. Like, yeah.
Well, like I said, I keep saying yes to things and winning unexpected awards for it. So hopefully that'll continue. I don't know.
Well, congratulations. Thanks for coming on the show. Alex, what are you going to tell us to do this week? What physical media or what movie do we got to go see that you're going to tell us
Don't
about?
be taking the wind out of my sails, guy. No, you can find me on Letterboxd, Deep Sky. That'd be a cool one.
Yeah.
Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever, at the Alex Young. Goodreads also. Obviously, as Jeff made fun of me, but still do it. Support your local rep cinema. And support just like your local big chain cinema. Just go see movies in public with people. Put your phone away. Don't talk during it. And buy your movies physically so you actually own it. So it doesn't disappear from your library. And you can actually enjoy those special features. That's all I got.
Awesome. All right. Well, this is the part of the show where Alex sends me an outro that I get to read without having read it beforehand.
Right. So, Jeff, the context for this one, because we were talking about those compilation things, I'm sure you remember, I'm sure we all remember, those commercials that used to air for those like shitty compilation CDs. Remember those? Where it's like the best of the 70s. Call now. And it's like the 2-disc set of like all your favorite Michael Bolton hits or like whatever.
Okay.
So, full disclosure, I did not write this script. This is direct, actual copy from an ad that I suggest everybody when this episode is over. Jump on YouTube. It's 1 minute long. Watch this because the songs on this CD are fucking crazy. I don't know who put this compilation together. It is absurd. But the real one is called Pure Moods. It is the Pure Moods CD compilation. Shay's nodding like he knows this.
Well.
Oh, it's wild. Anyway, so I took that, I transcribed that copy, and I just simply swapped the songs out with things relevant to us. But Jeff, give me your best, like, not British, but like high-end voice.
Okay.
Like, voiceover guy who is like, this classy CD is available to you.
Mid-Atlantic.
Mid-Atlantic, yeah.
Mid-Atlantic? It's not transatlantic, like not that one, right? Like we're
okay. Yeah, don't give me the old-timey. We don't need the like the Hindenburg has crashed. We don't want that.
Okay. Imagine a world where time drifts slowly. A world where music carries you away. Experience Deep Cuts, the perfect soundtrack to your life. Direct from Europe, the multi-platinum collection has won the hearts of millions. Set adrift with the timeless pleasures of Alex Young, or take a trip to the unknown with FilmWar. No other collection gives you the feeling of Deep Cuts. To order Deep Cuts, find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or send check or money order for the amount shown, plus shipping and handling. Order now. Everyone, thanks very much for listening to Deep Cuts. We'll see you next week. Bye.